This is a better way. Babe, what are we talking about today?
And let me greet the people.
Yeah, greet them.
Hi,
By the way,
guys.
thank you everyone for your shares, your comments,
Yeah.
the feedback from the unscripted. It was really heartwarming to read your feedback. Thank you. Please keep it coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right. My love.
This is another unscripted episode. A spicy one.
Hey.
Foreign Atarodo standard. So you know how these people go to the UK or the US and they realize that if they just use one or two Atarodo, it's very potent. That's the kind of episode we're about to have. So get your cold water, get your cold drink, make sure your ears are plugged and you're not listening to this in public.
Wow. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because it's about to get spicy.
Okay.
And I like spicy.
You do?
My tolerance for pepper is quite high.
Actually, your tolerance for pepper is quite
Literally
high.
and figuratively speaking.
Well, literally, your tolerance for pepper is very high. You have tried to convert me, but I'm trying. But
We're working on him. Literally and figuratively.
My love.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. Let's talk about you. You can tell that I'm very excited.
You are.
I'm so excited.
You are.
My cheeks are literally hurting because I'm smiling so much.
You are excited.
I'm so excited. This is one of my favorite topics. You didn't hear this from me, but this is literally one of my favorite topics.
Okay.
Is it not one of your favorite topics?
I'll edit this part out of
It's not.
the edit.
Before I got married, they told me that all men think about is sex.
Who said that?
I read it and saw it in multiple different places that all men, like literally, a man is literally thinking about sex 24/7.
That's not true.
Okay.
That's not true. Eh? No, I'm not thinking about sex 24/7.
Okay. So let's dive in.
Okay.
So was it yesterday? I think it was
I
yesterday.
think it was yesterday.
Me and Francis were having one of those conversations about sex. I can't remember why we started having that conversation. Can you remember? He cannot remember.
Exactly, I can't remember.
But we just delved into multiple different things from sex as virgins. You were saying something about that people don't understand that sex is very important in a relationship.
Oh yes.
And then we went into the conversation of sexual compatibility, and then we started talking about virgins and their expectations for sex, and how just the general overview. There's also been this conversation online around maintenance sex. I think we should touch on that too.
Okay.
And it's funny how I already have a script for a video I want to do on my YouTube channels for virgins in general, just what to expect, because a lot of people have multiple beliefs. There's so many crazy thoughts about sex out there. I know I was also mentioning to you yesterday about how I believe that women also need to change their mindset around sex. But let's start talking about it. Yes, I'm hoping we're able to touch on all these touch points.
Okay.
I'm hoping that we're able to touch on them and just say one or two things. Do you want to start?
Yeah, I can. The first is so I'm not a sex therapist. This is not an advice. This is my perspective. I strongly believe that people should come into marriage relationship with the desire to be generous lovers, and I first heard that from you. Right, which is, that it's important that you're a generous lover, or like you.
How did you hear it from me?
You told me that I was a generous lover. You did tell me. Before then, I'd not heard the concept. I didn't even really understand what it was. But when you broke it down,
I'd not even heard the concept myself.
But you came up with that concept.
See, inspiration.
Inspiration.
The breath of the Almighty.
My God.
After Mwegbe.
Well, guys, you'll be hearing Megbe Swegbe a lot on this particular episode. I'm sure you will understand what Megbe Swegbe is. If you don't,
if you're a Benin person or an
ask
Edo person,
a Benin or an Edo friend, what does Megbe Swegbe mean? And they will be generous enough to explain to you. So on this Megbe Swegbe topic, right, I believe that, both parties should come into marriage seeking to be generous lovers. And what I mean by that is, you seek to pleasure your partner while you also derive pleasure from it. And that's the reason why I don't believe in dutiful sex.
Yeah, so we're segueing into that.
Yes. I don't believe in dutiful sex because the concept of dutiful sex says that, or at least the popular concept of dutiful sex says that you don't have to think about yourself. Okay, let me not use that. Let me not say it that way. But the concept of dutiful sex says that for you, and especially for women, all you need to do is to think about satisfying your partner. And it is an act of duty. You don't necessarily need to want it. But if your partner wants it, you should do it for them regardless of whether or not you want it.
Isn't that the whole point of duty? So don't get me wrong. Francis doesn't like the idea of dutiful sex. I don't mind the idea of dutiful sex. I'm all for it. Again, this is my favorite topic, so go figure. Well, Francis does it, but my own mindset is we and I know that this is society, when it comes to things like sex, when it comes to things like marriage, the society likes to treat the issue as if they like to address the issue as if it's a gender issue. So it is man versus woman. We don't realize that it is a man and his wife, or a woman and her husband. Yes, there are so many bad marriages out there. There's so many crazy things that people are doing in their homes. But believe me, there are so many good, great marriages as well. So when people say things like dutiful sex, the first thing that comes to people's mind is the man is forcing his wife to have sex when she doesn't want to have sex. But the way I see it is, I really love my husband. He's not insensitive to me. It's a completely different case if she's not feeling fine, she just had a baby, she's been working all day, she's really, really tired, and you are not thoughtful towards her. You just want to satisfy yourself and go, please. That's not what I'm talking about here.
That's the part I don't agree
No, you don't understand what I'm saying. What I'm saying is...
No, I get you. I understand what you're saying. I'm saying that concept of dutiful sex that you just defined now, the last one.
That one is not... So why I listed it out is just so that you know that is not part of the parameters I'm considering. Yes. So if your wife just had a baby, your wife just had a surgery, your wife is tired, your wife is, she's not okay.
Or your husband.
But, well, let's say your wife, your husband, but we know what mostly happens. If your wife is not okay and you are still demanding sex, that one is not dutiful sex again. That one is now thoughtlessness, borderline wickedness, borderline foolishness. Those are not the scenarios that I am alluding to.
Okay.
What I am saying is, this is a man who is thoughtful towards you. Sometimes you are just not in the mood. Even as a man, you are just not in the mood. But your wife is all over you. What will it take you to just be like, you know what, I really don't want to do this right now, but she wants this. It won't cost me anything to give it to her. That's my own mindset. That's my own mind. That's how I think about dutiful sex. If my husband wants it, So I was thinking about a friend yesterday, and I remember when she was pregnant, she reached out to me and she was like, Praise, this is my pregnancy, like zero sex drive, completely zero. And my husband is not disturbing me. He understands because I'm pregnant, my body's paining me, all manner of things are happening to me, but I feel bad for him. Like, I know that he would typically, we've gone for some time without.
That guy is a good man.
They are good people. So he has gone some time without asking for it because he's being considerate towards me. Mm-hmm. But I would like to give it to him, but I don't feel the need for it. Like, I don't feel the urge for it, but I really am feeling bad for this man. If she could bring herself to do it, because she was not looking for, okay, what do I take? I'm like, you cannot go and be taking aphrodisiac, my dear. Just, there are other ways to pleasure this man without actual penetration. I think that's what so many other married people don't understand. There are ways to pleasure your partner without going the 9 yards. So I told her what I knew. So I was like, okay, would you consider doing this? Will you be comfortable doing this? Do you mind doing this? And she was like, no, let me even go and ask him. I've not even thought of all of that. And it went very, very, the man was even grateful that, I thought your body was paining you. I thought you were very uncomfortable, but you were thinking of me. That's what when I hear dutiful sex, that is what I think of. Well, maybe we shouldn't dwell on that too much, because we know that the society has a completely different view of maintenance sex or dutiful sex, because unfortunately there are people who use it against their partners, and they're like, oh, well, shouldn't you want me to be happy?
Exactly.
I'm not happy. Won't you do something about it?
Exactly.
Whereas you are being thoughtless, you are not pulling your own weight in the house. If it is physical chores that is stressing her out, you are not talking to her, you're not trying to establish a connection throughout the day. You just want her just like that. That's not what I think of as. So what I have explained as dutiful sex, does that make sense to you, or you still would rather not? If your partner is not keen on it, you just rather wait till everybody's ready?
So it would be extreme to hold that opinion in the face of what you just described, okay, right? Because whether we like it or not, marriage is really give and take.
Yeah.
You know, there's something we have learned in our marriage, which is the questions of how married are you? That's a different episode. But that concept has taught us how to better appreciate each other, you know, in the face of, you know, things that we have done for each other that we don't know that was a sacrifice, in quotes. So the concept of dutiful sex that I am completely against is the idea where it is one-sided, where one person feels compelled out of guilt,
out of being guilt-tripped,
that is driven by society expectation. Oh, I'm the husband, and therefore even when I'm unhappy and this person wants this, because my body belongs to them, I should give them regardless of how I feel.
No.
Because if you, again, popular people that you and I know have preached these concepts. Do you get, like, popular people that you and I know have preached this concept that you don't have to be in the mood, or you know, if your partner wants it, give it to them.
Your body is not your body.
Your body is not yours. But nobody is talking about the need for that.
How do people even have sex that is not exactly consensual? Like, how are you happy to take from somebody that is not?
It's possible when you are not seeking to please.
You are just seeking to take.
Yes. If you are seeking to pleasure your partner, it is impossible, and I'm happy to take up anybody on the conversation. It is impossible for you to engage when that person is not happy. Let me give you a typical example now. So, if you as the man, you want it, you are horny and all that, and your wife is not in the mood, right? And your wife is not in the mood. But deep within you, you have the desire to pleasure her. You will seek first to pleasure her.
Draw her out.
That's the point. Like, draw her out. Now, that drawing out could now be you thinking about, okay, what can I do that will make her also want this? Because this is pleasurable for her, because I'm seeking to pleasure her, and I'm not just seeking to do, and I'm not just seeking to just, satisfy, get a release and move on. That's why I'm surprised when in public conversations I'm seeing people say that, what's all this foreplay about? Let's just yeah.
People say that.
Of course. Some people don't believe in the concept of foreplay.
Let them just be marrying their kind.
It's just there's time
for quickie.
Yes.
Quickies will happen. There are times where you're like I'm sure people that have children, I don't know how they do it. I'll know soon, one day. But I'm sure that people that have children have to find a way to quickly get things moving. Like just let's get this done, right? But again, it will be consensual.
Yes. So it is the big question is, when the sex is happening between these two people, are they both seeking to pleasure one another? And that desire to pleasure one another, is it born out of commitment? Or is it born out of, so I'm saying this to say that, I agree with your definition. I would say, I would even call that, maybe it's just nomenclature. I'll probably define that as commitment sex. Yeah. Or, I don't know. Maybe the concept
you just don't really like the idea of dutiful sex because of what it's...
Maybe because the term duty is attached to it.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe because the term duty is attached to it. It feels like an employment.
Like a performance of...
Yeah, it feels like a performance. It feels like an employment. It feels like you don't have a choice.
Yes.
You have to.
And some people actually do feel like that in marriage. Even with this conversation of dutiful sex, there are people who say, oh, you shouldn't ever say no.
No. Thank you.
Yes, I remember we've had this conversation. Is this thing that pissed you off?
That's the part that pisses me off. Like, you should not ever say no. When your partner comes and they want to, if you're saying
you have to do open system.
You have to do, like, Aja open. You don't understand? Like, that's wrong on all grounds. That is so inconsiderate of the person you claim to love. But whether male or female, because some men also get used.
Well, yes, let's not go into that.
Yeah, it's true.
But see, Francis, this whole concept of not saying no. Again, the way people preach and talk about marriage and sex is very somehow. I don't even think that's the way God expected it to be, the way God even ordained it to be. Because sometimes I hear people saying, oh, when a man approaches you, or when your husband comes for you and you say no, it's men don't take that rejection very well. I know we also had to have that conversation where saying no is not a rejection of your entirety. It's not rejection. It's not about you. It would also be good for men to learn to decenter themselves. The world doesn't revolve around you. If she says no, the way I said that no is somehow, but if she says no to your approach, or she shrugs you off, it's not always about you in that moment. And what a lot of men end up doing is, they get angry, they feel rejected, they feel slighted, and then they go do what they want to do. They don't have a conversation, nothing. Nobody comes back later to say, baby, what happened? Were you tired? What could I have done better? We're still going to talk about having communication amongst married people, because I wanted to say sexual partners, but our emphasis on this episode is married people. They don't talk. We're still saying it yesterday about people who would rather write into a podcast to say, oh, and my partner did this, I don't like it, what should I do? Why are you people not talking to yourselves?
The reason is because people don't understand, in common things, in quotes, can be overlooked. Common things. You see, people underestimate the power of conversations in marriage, in relationship. People just feel like, well, I would, people would rather sulk,
give attitude, throw it tantrum,
than have a conversation about what is going on.
A lot of people are scared of having difficult conversations. But it now baffles me that you are scared of having difficult conversations with your boss, with your colleagues. You are now scared of having difficult conversations with your partner.
So you see, on this migration matter, I believe first that pre-marriage.
We're even going to get to that.
Well, we're going to get to that.
When
and
we
I'm
start
just
to talk
dropping
around compatibility, sexual compatibility.
Pre-marriage. Anyways, let me not jump the gun. Let's wait for that. Right? But this thing about having conversations, where you guys talk. And one question I recently started asking is, one of the ways to test whether you have a sweet marriage going on is when you have bad sex days, in quotes. So can you talk about
this thing you said? I want to hammer on it a little.
Can you guys talk about it?
Bad sex days will happen. Every sex will not take you to cloud nine.
Moments.
Bad sex days will happen. What do? You laugh. You laugh like mad. Guys, you laugh.
You laugh at yourselves.
You laugh at yourselves. And I fear that some people are not able to do this because of how people carry this whole marriage thing on their head. I was telling, I can't say this thing. I can't say it out, but...
Don't say it.
I was just telling you how, thank God I did not marry an older person. I was just joking one day when I said, thank God I did not marry an older person. Before they would say, you cannot touch this, you cannot do this. Do you know who I am? I'm a chief. You don't respect me. Somebody who carry respect as if it's a coat of many colors. How will you laugh with that kind of person? So, they will say that you are laughing at them.
That's the point. So now, this then takes me back to this conversation around when you were saying that for the man, when your partner says no, it's not just about you. Right? And I think this is a good place to also educate, and now I'm speaking generally for both men and women, on how to say no in such a way that it doesn't break the other person's spirit. Because you see, rejection is painful to anybody.
Yes.
Especially, rejection is painful to anybody. But there is a painful kind of rejection that comes from someone who you expect love from. And that rejection is the one that stings the most. You know how we used to say this thing that it's the person that can cause you the most joy that can actually cause you the most pain. So, for instance, if you are saying no to your partner, how are you saying it? What choice of words are you using? What is your... Because, take for example, you can be... The partner can come and you can playfully say, I know you like this thing, but today is not the day. Or like, today, like,
So what if she has had a hard day doing chores and she's just trying to sleep?
That's
you
the
now
point.
go and touch her and she flings you.
That's the point. You too, you need to be wise and know that this is not the time for everything.
But when he's saying the story, he will not say that one. He will say she just rejected me.
That's
she spoke to me anyhow.
That's the thing now. You know, when you hear only one side of the story, you tend to side the person who is saying it, because the person will paint themselves as a saint. Sometimes, not all the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes. So it's also important that partners need to learn how to, because it's really very important. The way you say no is important, because that would frame how that person is interpreting that communication that is coming from you. Take for example, even when she's tired and you just come from nowhere, right? She's a human being. She will have sleep days where she'll just like, what's all this one? I better leave me, I'm tired. The question we really want to ask of ourselves is she always saying I'm tired all the time? And or is it just that when you come at the wrong time?
Yeah, and if she's always saying she's tired, have you guys ever sat down to have a conversation
about
this thing that's making her tired?
How can we solve for it so that it goes out of the way and you can have free access to your megbesorism? And you can, because you see, and this is the thing where I'm saying you seek to pleasure. You seek to pleasure is not just in wanting to touch her or touch him or all of that. You seek to pleasure is also being able to remove your own barriers, lower your barrier to entry. So,
I want to ask for somebody who is saying, well, if I'm seeking to pleasure her, at what point do I now get pleasured? Like, I'm going to her because me too, I want to be pleasured. So for somebody who is asking that, which one is I'm going to her because I always want to pleasure her? Me nko.
You reap what you sow.
And in this instance,
not necessarily where you sow.
No, in this instance, you actually reap where you sow.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
You reap what you see. If you sow pleasure, you will reap pleasure. Let me give you an instance as to, let's take for example, you as a partner, you were not in the mood as the man, right? And your wife comes to you and they're like, this is my wife, let me seek to pleasure her. And you commit to play. At the end of the day, if you are being truthful, chief, between me and you, did you not enjoy this baby?
Yeah.
You end up enjoying it. And everybody goes to bed happy. You run around that standard football field 30 times, and at the end of the day, so you reap what you sow. That's why.
And in this case, I want us to emphasize that you reap what you sow. And in this case, where you sow,
you actually do reap it.
Yes.
That's why it beats my imagination when someone just wants to go in
and come out. Yeah.
What pleasure are you? How are you?
You've not cracked it yet. You think you are enjoying it just by doing your thing.
There's a different level of satisfaction you get from pleasuring someone. Leg shaking satisfaction.
Okay, let's quickly move on. Let's quickly move on. I think I would also like to draw some attention to my women here. You see what Francis just said about there's no way you seek to pleasure without being pleasured. I would really, really like for women to, should I say, change their mindset or adjust their mindset or embrace a mindset. I'm still going to talk about mindsets.
Preach.
One of the things
I know where you are going.
One of the things I really want women to understand is that, you see, this sex thing, you are also a beneficiary.
Exactly.
Because the way a lot of us were brought up is you are doing it for the man. See, don't let the devil lie to you. The devil is a dirty lie. It's a dirty lie from the core, from the pit of hell. I need my ladies to begin to adjust their mindset and see this as an exercise that they will benefit from. Because what that does is that it reframes your mindset. You are not going into this session. You're not going into this session believing that I'm doing this for this man. I know that there's a lot that come with womanhood. Yes, you are thinking of children, there's work, there's house chores, there's this. But I need you as a woman to optimize for your enjoyment. You must see, I don't know how to say this thing that we will understand it, but I need women to optimize for their enjoyment. It's not only the man that will be coming every day and be asking you for sex. Some days you need to show that man. He needs to see you and he will be running. Like, you need to... A lot of women say that when they're in their ovulation period, they are very, their body, they hot. And there's something I want to even post on my Instagram, but you hear it first. In your 30s as a woman, your hormones become hormones.
Oh.
I need you to not let that man rest. I need you to show him. I need you to let him know that there is glory in this world. I need you to use your own eyes to see that glory. Like, I need you to open your mind and tell yourself that, you see this enjoyment, I'm going to enjoy it. And what that entails is opening your mind, changing your mind if you need to. What that also entails is opening your mouth and speaking up. I'm going to segue into something that I saw recently where the Diary of a Niger Girl was talking, and she said that she had seen a video where men were told to have sex 21 times a month so that they can avoid prostate cancer. And under that video, a lot of women were saying, well, it's not as if we can't give the man, but all these men just come do their thing and go. There's nothing in it for them. And it occurred to me, yes, people have terrible partners. There are men who don't want to hear what you have to say. They just want to come and do their business and go. Hopefully, you are listening to this and you are not in that category of women that are married to such men. But one of the things that also keep women where they are in their life of sexual dissatisfaction is that they never open their mouths to talk. Why is the man using his teeth to lick plates and you're not opening your mouth and talking? My husband's eyes are about to bulge out of his head. I wish you could see him right now.
Who does that?
But these conversations really need to be had.
Wait, babe. Why? Hold on, please. I'm sorry to interrupt.
Your gender is doing and undoing.
I'm sorry to interrupt you. Permit me. What does light have to do with darkness?
Please help me ask.
Really?
Where does teeth come into all this?
To all of this? Is it bone that you're eating?
I don't know. They say lick plates, you are using your teeth to do what?
Does that?
And you are there, you are fake moaning.
Bro to bro.
Please talk to your bros.
Bro to bro, man. In fact, you should be a toothless bulldog.
But really,
what?
So that conversation, I was having it with my friend, and my friend was like, wait, sorry, Praise. There are women that are having sex and they are not enjoying it, like they're not experiencing orgasm. I was like, did you not grow up in this country? When you were getting married, did people not advise you? Did older women not call you and tell you that sex is for the man? Don't worry, just be giving it to him.
That's the problem.
Did you know?
That's why. Sorry. Sorry. As you were talking to the women, I was going to layer this on top of that. Is that, again, I'm dragging men. Feel free. But there is a huge responsibility on the man to help her come to that realization that she needs to optimize for her own enjoyment. Yeah. Let me tell you why I say so.
Okay.
And I'm not saying, no, this doesn't take away from everything that you have said. As a matter of fact, this is just me speaking to the men in the context of that conversation that you were having. Because the reason why a woman will see sex as another chore
That's it.
is because her understanding, which has been built from childhood, is that this is your responsibility to your husband. So whether you like it or not, you are doomed to do it. That's why you see that a lot of men will complain about, the responsibility of the family, and because they see it as, they don't see it as, okay, this is something I am doing that I chose to do. for my family because it is a responsible thing to do. So for men in the context of this conversation, it's really important for you to show your wife via actions and words that you seek to pleasure her and that she will enjoy this thing.
So you need to let her see what is in it for her.
Exactly my point.
If she's not the kind of woman that can come to this
realization herself,
on her own,
you need to do that for her, because if you don't, she will forever interpret it as just another chore. She will just go into it as like, just come and do and come and go. Imagine when and I want to just play a scenario. Just imagine in your mind now as a guy that you're horny and you tell your wife that you are horny, and you can visibly see that she's not in the mood. And you can visibly see that she's not in the mood, but you just tell her, baby, I would like make we run show, and she's like, I'm tired, but no problem, just come and do. And you stop and say, baby, as much as I want this thing, I really want you to also enjoy it. And I want you to want it. I want you to enjoy it. You know what? Let's substitute. Let's have it another time. What can I, what can I do? I want to go and do something.
Do you know the funny thing?
Do you know the amount of?
Do you know the funny thing is, just by doing that alone, you've won her heart.
You've won her heart.
Just by doing it, she's like, will... baby, stop that.
Oh God.
You need to cut this part out of this episode. Just by doing that, really, you've won her heart. It would be nice if men can do that. But for women who don't have those kind of men, your life is in your hand. Exactly. Your enjoyment is in your hand. The mindset shifts you need to do. Please do it so that you too. You remember when we did our premarital counseling and they said, are women supposed to initiate sex? How many women will initiate sex? You remember how many people's hands were up?
Yep.
And some people at the point of premarital counseling they were like, I didn't realize I was supposed to initiate as a woman. They were quarter to getting married. Now that brings us to what kind of conversations are people having in relationships? Before we quickly move to that, I want to establish that as a married couple, it's important that you have conversations. Early in your marriage, you should be having review sessions. Your post coitus, there's something they call it, after the act, people are just chilling. Some of you just finish, you start snoring like what I don't know. Not post-coitus model, but post-coitus review. So just after the session, sometimes they're just relaxing, like that was really good. What did I do well? It doesn't have to be like a company appraisal. Gist.
Did this call A or B?
Yes, you people should just gist. Baby, this thing you did, I loved it so much. Keep it up. Or this one, let's not do that again. You wanted to, have fun. Marriage is so much fun. Have fun. Have conversations. Talk about it. Baby, this thing you did, I loved it so much. Let's keep at it. This one, I'm not willing to try that anymore. I've tried for you. Just talk. That being said, I don't believe people in relationships talk enough about sex.
No, people don't. I made a video about it a couple of weeks ago, like in December, and it was from late Pastor Bimbo Dukoya. She said the mouth that people are supposed to use to talk in relationship, they're using to kiss. And that's where the problem is. People don't talk enough. I keep asking myself, so when you guys go on dates, what do you do?
They don't talk enough, and it shows in their marriage.
When you, all through your courtship, what were you doing? Watching movies together? Or
the funny thing about watching movies together, when you see scenarios, are you not curious as to what the other person thinks about it?
Exactly.
Because for us, those were a couple of the things that would spark conversations. Yes. So I see a post on Instagram, I'm like, this is what they're saying that men said. I'll come and meet my boo. I'm like, baby, this is what they say. Do you really think like this? Do you really act like this? Does your body actually respond like this? Does this really mean this? Those are conversation starters. You will not go through every scenario in your life.
You won't.
You don't even have to experience. I hate learning by experience.
It's not important.
I don't really like learning, especially the hard way.
Not the best form of learning.
By experience. I prefer to learn from other people's experiences. So I see conversations immediately. Baby, what do you think? This is what these people are saying. This is what this is what that. I remember the other day we saw a tweet where somebody said, again, this episode is about sex, so a lot of the things we're going to be talking about will be around sex, where somebody was saying that if your woman is not wet and you need to use lube, it just means she doesn't love you.
Such a careless statement.
And people just make all these general statements and people just pick it and run with it.
It's such a... in fact, I cringe as you even saying that. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Like, if you like, don't go and buy KY Jello. It is you that know anything you see, you take it. A woman who just had a baby, for example, her body is even trying to understand itself. Sometimes all manner of things go on with her, and then one random guy on Twitter is just typing rubbish, and unfortunately people are not talking to themselves. So a young unassuming guy, for example, sees that kind of post and runs with it. By the time he gets married and he realizes that his wife needs lube all the time, he's now wondering, this woman, I don't think she loves me. See, you need to be very careful what you consume on social media. That's number one. Number two, you need to be talking to yourselves. The number of married people that write into podcasts asking what they should do about their sexual life is highly embarrassing. A lot of these issues would have been resolved if conversations were had in relationships. Do you know, today I was listening to I Said What I Said, and one of the dilemmas, again, you can't talk about everything. Some things you will just find out in marriage. And one of the dilemmas was the lady was saying her husband is a morning person. She's not a morning person. She's a night person. Once it's 9 p.m., the man is in bed. She does not get into bed until later. And the man wants to wake up in the morning and have morning sex. Whereas she is just sleeping by then and he can't walk. Again, I've heard people complain about morning sex. If you need to change your mind about that, I encourage you to change your mind. Will you be yawning and sleeping in church? Most likely.
Will you do it again?
Will you do it again? Do it again. Will you be happy? Yes.
You'll be excited.
You'll be excited. So whatever you need to. But in this situation, now, how did these people not... They might not have been able to really think about it, but how did they not know that this one was a night person? This one is a morning person? If they had discussed sex, would this never have at least come up once?
I think this is a good place to start the conversation on sexual compatibility pre-marriage. How do you discover that this person and I are sexually compatible? Now, this is for people who are waiting and their religious values or personal values, does not allow or does not permit them to do that. This is strictly for you, because for every other person, I don't know how to advise you, or I don't know what to say, but I'm going to just keep it within this boundary. Do you need to have sex to know if you're sexually compatible? No, you don't.
No, you really don't.
But can you completely avoid the conversation of sex and still know if you're sexually compatible? No.
Yeah, that's not advisable. You need to talk about sex.
You cannot. So I don't know where you get your own religious instruction from, but I can tell you for a fact that
it's from church.
You cannot completely... you see, the reward for great sex in marriage is not virginity.
My love, you are jumping the gun. Let's take it one after the other.
Okay. I've just dropped down. We'll go forward.
Just hold down. Use that one, hold body first.
Now, how then do you discover your sexual compatibility even when you're not having sex? Litmus test number 1. Does your body do you jiggy, 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 jiggy that you go, Yakubu, manage. It
and
will
you are
be
encouraging
as if
yourself,
you want
telling
to
yourself
die,
that
but
very
you will
soon.
not die. Shout a boom!
Boom!
Like when you see this person, is this person sexually appealing to you? Does your body crave them to the point where you have to visibly put measures in place to ensure that you are not compromised? If the answer to your question is yes, then there is sexual drive and attraction between the both of you. If your answer is no,
it's not Holy Spirit that is helping you. I want to make it very clear
that is helping.
If the both of you are seeing each other and the both of you are left in an enclosed space for a extended period of time, and there is no even attempt to restrain yourself because of how pulled you are to them, it is not the Holy Spirit that is helping you. You are not sexually attracted to that person, and you need to leave them alone.
Because if one person's body is doing them
and the other person is irritated,
it is a problem.
I say you should have more discipline. You are a man of God.
Because what is that is sexual frustration, infidelity going somewhere to happen. There is no other way I can say it than I have said it now. Because to love and be loved in return is everything. To desire and be desired in return is the ultimate proof that you are sexually compatible. So you see all those, when you try to lie on each other's shoulder, no, it's good.
It's a
sign that there is chemistry.
Yes.
There is chemistry. So what you then need to do is you now need to build guardrails.
Yeah.
And what you would call yellow lines. That these are the things that we cannot do. We can't afford to, because
if you do that, you end up doing what you're not supposed to.
You're going to be a father.
No, it's not that simple.
You're going to be a mother.
But so for very religious people, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they said there's still some churches where you're not allowed to visit the man alone. You have to visit with somebody. But some of these people get into marriage and there are complaints that I thought that we'll talk about the kind of expectations, particularly certain kind of people have in marriages, and but this was not what they expected. Their marriages, they are not sexually satisfied in their marriage because they didn't have the opportunity to even find out if they were sexually compatible. How do these people do it? Because they have so many
inhibition
guidelines. They have like church doctrine. When we were talking about this thing yesterday, I was like, but is it possible that some people don't even like hug? Some people don't get a chance to maybe hold hands. They don't get the chance to cuddle. Is very, very far. I don't know if I will encourage everybody to cuddle, but some people don't even kiss until they are married. How easy will it be for these ones, or do they go into it by faith?
Again, you don't even need to be in an enclosed place for your pinot to rise for your woman.
We told you that this episode was going to be spicy. I'm not sorry. Go ahead.
So for that kind of situation, you need to pay, the central theme here is you need to pay attention to what is happening in your mind and in your body. You don't, if the doctrine, and again, I wouldn't advise you to leave that place and go and look for somewhere that you have freedom. No, you chose that place. It's where you have found solace. Whether or not I agree with that doctrine is a completely different conversation. But now that you're there, most important thing is you need to pay attention to what is happening in your body and be completely honest with yourself and the person that you're, because if that person's body is doing them jiggy jiggy jiggy, and you know that your body is not doing them as much jiggy jiggy as their own body is doing them jiggy jiggy, you will punish them. They will suffer, and you are responsible for that suffering.
I think this is also where conversations come in.
That is why I said that if you think you can completely avoid the conversation of sex and have a great sex in mind, is a lie. It's not possible.
Let's talk about the kind of sexual conversations to have in a relationship before marriage.
Okay.
So I know that one of the things that we did in our relationship before we got married was to talk about our expectations. And I think that's a very good place to start. Have you guys ever asked yourself, what are your expectations in marriage?
Yeah.
Because it will shock you that one person is saying, I've waited all these years. Once I get into that marriage, nobody's telling me every single day we must be doing it back to back.
You didn't whine.
And another person is like, maybe once a week. There's going to be a problem already. Yes, it's possible that the person who is saying every day their expectation is unreasonable, they've not factored in the fact that you have to go to work, you have to do this, they've not factored that in. But the fact that they're already thinking like that, and the other person is saying once a week or once in 2 weeks, there's already conversation that needs to be had. You also need to talk about what you might call boundaries. How far can we go? What are some of your fantasies? What I think we also talked about a bucket list. Then, and do you have fantasies? Are there things you would like to do? See, marriage is where you come together, where you are naked and unashamed.
Absolutely.
You come together and there are no jackets required. You come as you are literally before God. If you cannot get into marriage like that, I don't advise you get into it.
Absolutely.
Because this whole, I don't want this man to think that I am loose. I've heard women say that so many times, that I would really like to do this, but I don't want this man to be asking me where did I learn it from. I read about it somewhere. I don't want him to think that I'm loose. Sister, where else will you let loose if not in your own marriage?
People are guiding inside marriage.
Why are you guided in? Like, why are you so guarded in your own marriage?
It baffles me, and that's why when we recommend friendship in marriage, people may not understand why. But these are some of the reasons. You are free with your friend. There's no performance anxiety. And these things are real
forming
issues.
for the person that you are married to.
They are forming for the person where they chop you. When you want chop. It doesn't make any sense. So, again, when you go into the marriage, not having enough conversations and not being transparent enough, that's when you start to see these kind of things. Where, and like you said, these expectations need to be discussed. Does one person believe that wedding day we must break?
Yes,
the fast?
That is even another conversation.
And another person is like, must we do it that day?
Yes, wedding day we are tired, we need to rest.
And all that. You see, these things are table shakers, right? So, and that's why it's important to have these conversations.
Let's talk about more conversation. Let's give them some conversation points. So we've already talked about expectation around your fantasies, expectations around how often you want to have sex, expectations also around, this beautiful and dutiful sex that we even talked about. What is your mind? What do you think about it?
What do you think
about it? Before we got married, I know I read a post on Facebook then where somebody was talking about scheduling sex. And I know we discussed it before we got married. Even after marriage, we've discussed that topic multiple times.
Exactly.
That's also a conversation topic to talk about. There are a couple of other things like styles. What do you think? There are other things like initiation. Are you comfortable just being the one initiating?
Exactly.
Do you expect me to initiate?
What's your concept around where to have it?
Yes. This also came up on I Said What I Said. Yes. Today, this episode I was just listening today. So FK was saying that, I think FK Ojola, one of their friends, she likes to explore. everywhere, anywhere. The husband is a very traditional man. We do it on the bed in the bedroom alone. See. So if you have a woman who wants to experiment on the staircase, I'm not looking at anybody's face, and you're like,
on the kitchen counter.
On kitchen counter, in the sitting room, and the other partner at the back of the car, out somewhere. Oh, please have fun in life.
In a public restroom at a restaurant, both of you.
Be careful, oh. You know, if you are caught doing it in public, the police can arrest you.
Well,
they can
be law abiding.
Public nudity or something. I'll find what it's called. I can't remember.
Don't make me serious
in public.
In public.
But yeah, if you have somebody who is very, some people are like, no, we'll turn off the light. It has to be in the bedroom. It has to be at night.
We can't see each other's face.
Yes, we can't see each other's face. We have to do it and pretend as if nothing happened.
And nothing happened.
See, it will. I'm not a counselor. Francis is a therapist. But even in our small marriage, are we going to off all our clothes? We have had issues. We have had things.
We are going to just remove one nick. We both remove. See.
Have conversations. Exhaust all your options. Fine. You people should sit down. I know that a lot of people do not encourage.
Can you take head? Can I give head?
Yes.
The amount I'm using to worship God, can I use it to suckle on your...
Valid. So valid. Ask questions.
See, and the interesting thing is that these questions don't make you vain or unholy. That's the lie from the pit of hell.
And a lot of people want to make you feel that way because they discourage couples, unmarried couples, from asking these questions.
Let me tell you, news flash. These conversations are better had before marriage. In public places.
Yes.
Over the phone.
Yes. Don't be having it.
No, don't be having it inside the room where only both of you are, because before you know what's happening, you answer the question. You answer the question. But this conversation, you must have
them. You must have them. You should have them.
After you finish having the listen, let's make this practical. After you finish having the conversation and your items are charged up, it is a good sign. A sin.
No, it's not.
It is a good sign. What you do, you see,
it is a good sign. And if you and your partner's answers vary, it's not a sign that you should leave the relationship.
No.
That is why we always encourage couples to go for professional premarital counseling.
Absolutely.
Because I don't know that the church goes in depth into all these conversations. I always like to say that I did premarital counseling in 2 churches. And they didn't go, it was when we went for professional premarital counseling that we did some assessment. And delved into certain
and
things.
This is on the backdrop of me
being a therapist and a counselor.
So it's really very critical. I think we are not having the conversation of sex enough, especially within religious circles. And that is where people are suffering the most in silence, making mistakes.
Yes.
People are hurt.
People have a lot of pent up anger, a lot of resentment towards their partner because people feel deceived. It's just a lot of things. Some women are like, oh, I didn't know you were an animal. You want to be having sex every day. Some men are like, I thought you were a happening babe. You don't know anything. A lot of crazy things are happening and couples are not talking to themselves.
Exactly.
Which brings us, single people, I want to believe that we've addressed you and how you should have these conversations before you get married, and whatever your responses are, please go and see a professional premarital counselor and find a way to be at par with each other before you get into marriage. Truth is that even after marriage, a lot of things will come up that you did not necessarily factor. But just imagine that you never even had any conversation before getting married.
You don't have anything to work with.
You have no material to work with. We want to segue into the conversation of married people are not having enough sex.
That one
is somehow.
Do you know why? For some people, I heard this a while back, and I told you about it. It was someone saying that he's tired of begging single people to stop having sex and married people to have more sex.
Yeah.
The reason I believe is that, you know how in the book of in the New Testament, I think it was when Jesus was talking about the parable of the seed, where a seed came and sowed seed, and the sower came and sowed seed, and the cares of this life came and choked that seed.
Yes.
That is what is happening with married people. Eh? Bills, work, family members, traffic,
Then
choking.
on top of that, some people are dealing with serious issues like fertility.
Exactly.
Serious issues like death.
It comes and choke.
Serious issues like grief.
Like it comes and choke. One advice that I have heard that seems very trivial but powerful is schedule sex. I didn't used to believe in it.
You don't even still fully believe in it.
I still don't believe in it. But schedule sex.
Schedule. At least make a decision to at least have it sex a number of times a week.
Yes.
And be deliberate about it.
If you're if you are married and you're listening to this episode, I want to ask you a question. If you have lube in your house that you have bought in the last 3 months, maybe you ordered 3 sets of lube in the last 3 months, and those 3 sets of lube
are still full.
One has not even gone half. Are you happy?
Are you happy with yourself?
Think about this.
Think about it. Are you happy with yourself?
Are you happy with yourself? You bought that lube for something. Let it do its work.
Give it an opportunity to fulfill its destiny.
Because you are standing in the way of purpose.
Yes.
Are you happy?
Are you happy?
If your answer is yes, I rebuke you. You should not be.
You've not even changed your bed sheets in the last 1 month just because it's not good. You are just changing it out of routine. You've not even said, we've scattered this bed sheet.
Have you disturbed your neighbors?
Have you disturbed your neighbors? Have you woken up people at night?
Have you woken people up at night?
Your walls are just there. It's only when you are screaming and praying that they are hearing the scream of pleasure.
It's not good. You to think about it.
Are you sure we're going to post this?
We'll post it. We'll post this episode, my love. We'll post this episode because this is a serious issue.
But really, married people, a lot of people want to get married and they're thinking that when they get married, they will have all the sex in the world. And married people are not having sex.
Now, there's one hack I will give married men. Married men, draw your chair closer. Married women, close your ear.
Just stay beside your husband.
Or stay beside your husband. Married men, listen to me. If you don't take your bath at night when you come back from work, after listening to this episode,
please make it a point of duty.
Doing it. Make it a point of. You are leaving money on the table.
Yes, and my women, I need you to stand on business. Please don't allow an unbathed man inside of you. Don't do it. It's not hygienically.
It is a hack.
Don't.
Let me tell you the secret. Let me tell you, people, because I'm giving you, bro to bro, I'm giving you updates.
I'm sorry for all the single people that will listen to this episode.
When you bathe at night, you can put a cologne, or you can even just smell natural.
Bathe, brush. You need to.
If you lie beside your wife, I want to tell you something that the women don't tell. When they perceive your natural sense, there's something. If you've done well,
the natural sense that you've gone to work all day and you're sweating,
natural sense that you've gone to work all day.
What's that one, please?
Sense after you've taken a proper bath, they like it.
Wash your crevices. Then put on some good music. Lower the light. And then be gisting with her.
Find
something. Marriage is beautiful, you
Put
guys.
your 2 cigar fingers on the...
Francis, it's okay. I thought I was the one that was the bad person.
And
now
see
you're worse.
What will come out of this.
But
Thank
really,
me later.
You must present yourself a holy sacrifice, pleasing and acceptable unto your wife.
And women too, don't be tying wrapper.
No,
Stop
that one is
Stop
relative.
it.
Try not to tie wrapper.
Not try. Not try.
But people don't really tie wrapper anymore, Bim. This is 2026.
What are you saying, my love?
Have you seen women tying wrapper in 2026? Our age mates.
I don't know, but I'm just saying.
I don't think a lot of our contemporary ladies, please, if you do, I'm defending you now. Don't just stop it.
Stop tying wrapper.
You really need to stop it.
Stop it.
You too look good. Look good for yourself. Look good for your partner. Ensure that everybody is clean before doing the do. You don't want anybody to be having infections afterwards. So just make sure that everybody is clean. Everybody's washing up what they need to wash up. If you come as a man, if you want to come as a man, come correct. As a woman too, don't be leaving your enjoyment in the hand of a man. Don't do that. You want to enjoy life, you take that man by the balls.
Oh God.
You take him by the balls.
Moving on, my love.
And you enjoy your life. This is a sex episode for married people, so we are spilling it all. But yeah, married people, you need to, whatever it is that is making you not to have sex, if it is resentment, sometimes people don't have sex because you don't really rate your partner in real life. You are not happy with the person. You can't give yourself, especially women, you can't give yourself to somebody that you're not happy with. If you're a man who is consistently meeting with roadblocks, you might want to sit down and have an honest conversation so that it's not always feeling like she's just giving it to you because she has to. Now, I want to talk a little bit to virgins that are looking to get married. I still will do my video, but there's a lot of misconception out there. A lot of people believe that because I have been a virgin all my life, I will be rewarded with great sex in my marriage.
Shout power.
But Lori Ro is not always true. That you have been a virgin doesn't mean that by the time you get married, sex will be great. If you do not see, life has systems. Life is like a game. You need to know how to play that game. If you don't have the necessary conversations, if you don't do the mindset resets, like you don't unlearn, relearn, and learn, you end up getting into that marriage and being a casualty. If you also don't choose the right partner, you don't figure out whether you are sexually compatible, you will get into that marriage and it will be a disaster. Virginity does not also automatically mean that you're going to have bad sex. That's another misconception. So I hear this a lot on social media that you won't go marry virgin. Either as a man or a woman. In fact, a lot of women will tell you it's fine. I am the virgin, I'll keep myself, but I don't want, he doesn't have to be a virgin. I want somebody who is experienced. The truth is that all the sexual experience you need, you can get in marriage. Whether you are a virgin or not, whether you get married as a virgin or not, the truth is that the both of you are going to have to learn each other. There's still some learning that has to be done. So the fact that you are a virgin does not mean that you are condemned to a life of miserable sex. For the women as well, I've mentioned this, who also grew up in church and have been told that a man will not respect you if he sleeps with you. There's a serious mindset renewal you have to do as you are going into marriage, because what has carried that identity that has carried you all these years, you need to throw it away in marriage. That identity that, I'm a virgin, this man has not slept with me, so he cannot talk to me anyhow. When you get into marriage, what certifies that marriage is the consummation of the marriage. So you must sleep with that man. You must. And it's like a destruction of the idea you have held of yourself all these years. Absolutely. You need to let it go. You need to open the door. If you can get your hands on Good Girl, Great Sex, that's a good book to read to help you, Francis, to help you do a mindset renewal. This your title. Good girl identity is not going to help you in marriage.
You have to let it go.
You have to let it go. You need to become a bad girl. You know that senator woman.
Bad girl.
You need to. Good girls don't have a good time in marriage, especially sexually. You can't be doing good girl. No, you need to be. You need to actually let yourself go. So you need to let yourself go.
And also, just on the backdrop of that, is, when we talk about these things, we're also balancing it to say, is there a reward for virginity. Yes, there is.
Okay.
But that reward is not in the bedroom. What is the essence of virginity? Virginity is honor unto God with your body and to yourself. The reward you get out of that is between you and God from a spiritual perspective, and also even from a, I would say, psychological perspective. Because comparison is the thief of joy.
Yeah.
I know that today, and this is not me, I'm not throwing jabs at anybody, but I see that today we are very comfortable having conversations around, and we wear it as a badge of honor when we talk about, oh, how many body counts do you have? I'm not, it's not my place to tell you, whether or not, but and I don't know. Well, anyways, but one of the biggest fights, and you could find out from anyone who has had multiple sexual partners, right? One of the biggest fights you fight is to quiet the voices of comparison in your head between your current partner and previous partners. The battle to take away the face of somebody while you are with another person is a real one. Let me break that down. Today, I can categorically tell you that a lot of people struggle with the guilt that comes with having somebody else in mind while they are having sex with their current partner.
Gosh.
That comes from multiple sexual partners. So, and I'm just saying this to say, is there value in virginity? Yes, there is.
Yes, there is.
And these are
not
some of the
condemn
things.
anybody,
not to condemn anybody,
but there is value in keeping yourself.
Can two virgin individuals have a beautiful sex in marriage?
Yes,
because
absolutely.
you are exploring, you are enjoying yourself.
Just play your cards right.
Just play
have
your
the right
cards
conversations.
Right. Can two people who has had multiple sexual partners explored have a beautiful sex in marriage? Yes, they can. Your greatest sexual organ is not between your thighs.
No.
It is between your ears.
Yeah, your mind.
My love.
It's your mind. That's why I keep saying, my darling women, I need you to do a mindset renewal. I need you to do a mindset renewal. I need you to tell yourself that I'm not just giving this man sex. I'm here to enjoy myself. I'm here to give my 100%, and I will not take anything less than 100%.
I'm here for the taking.
And I'm here for the taking. I'm here to give, and I am here for the taking. In summary, what would you like to say?
In summary, I would say you cannot avoid completely the conversation of sex and have great sex. And I'm talking especially for premarital people now. You need to talk about it, but have those guardrails and yellow lines that, okay, these are the things. Then talk to yourself. Please talk.
Review your performances.
Both of you talk.
As opposed to talking to some people, even go and talk to their friends. Oh, this was good. Talk to yourselves.
Talk. Ask yourself questions.
Explore each other.
Ask yourself questions.
Be unashamed.
You know, the interesting thing is that don't let anybody deceive you that, oh, you need to actually have sex, with multiple people to be able to be experienced. It's not always true. Many people are having sex, not necessarily even enjoying the sex.
Yes.
And faking come up and down. Just
doing all manner of things.
All manner of things are happening.
Like when you listen to some of these podcasts, you start hearing all these rules that, oh, a man that moans too much, a woman that is like, see. You need to shut out the noise.
That noise.
Shut out the noise. Focus on your partner. There is no universally acceptable anything. Some people call that, oh, this man is a 1 minute man. What some women need is a 1 minute man that will do his business. She's happy, he's happy, do that business well, everybody goes their separate ways.
In this concept of 1 minute man, let me stay there a little.
We're supposed to be rounding up.
We're rounding up. We're bringing this service to a close. Do you know that 1 minute is a whopping 60 seconds? Which means you are counting 1 to 60. That is 1 to 60. That sound,
my love,
1
please.
to 60. Let me tell you, if you have ever been called a 1 minute man, hear me and hear me very clearly. You have potential.
Please
all you need to do is, you know how when you
it's strategy. Serious strategy.
See, you can start. Not you can, in fact, dear 1 minute men, this is a special one to you. If you know anybody that has ever complained that is a 1 minute man, or you know, this is a good time to send this episode to them. You don't need to start with the pounding. As a matter of fact, don't start with the pounding, because you have just 60 seconds to make an impact, and you must make that 60 seconds count. So follow me, just like the prophet Elijah did. After he has finished mocking the prophets of Baal, and they have finished, shouting at them, what did he first do? He repaired the altar. So, dear 1 minute man, use your tongue, be a toothless bulldog.
To repair your altar.
To repair the altar. Move to
my cheeks
all
are hurting, I'm smiling too much.
Move to all the hot zones. If
you're a man and you don't have your wife's hot map, oh my God, you better get on Google right now.
Find out the hot maps and be a toothless bulldog. Be a toothless bulldog and move through those hot maps. Listen to me, brother. Listen to me, bro to bro. As you move through, you can see that you have just 60 seconds. 1 minute. You have just 60 seconds. Move through those hot zones. Even before you start to move through, here is the hack. Imagine that you have done something to win her heart all through the day.
Yeah.
You have been texting, you have been doing some things, her body is charged up already. She doesn't need 2 minutes.
Yeah. Wow.
To give her a leg shaking experience and that deep cry that comes from player. You don't need. Be a toothless bulldog. Move through the hot zones. When you have moved through the hot zone for like 5, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, what you'll be hearing is, when are you coming in? When are you coming in? By then, you have charged up the atmosphere. Nyonyo standing erect.
Okay, it's okay. This is where I come in.
Then
you can also
now wait,
Francis.
But no,
hey, God, I beg. You sure they will not ban us?
They cannot ban us.
Do people say this kind of things on podcasts?
It is now then that you make your way for the entrance, and as you
go for the kill,
you go for the jugular.
But you can also learn to be a tantric man.
Pace yourself.
See, this one where we don't do for now, it pass master class. It pass master class. Let me give you people my final thoughts and leave this place.
And you will get to 30, and all of a sudden, you will be feeling vibrations all over you.
Okay. My final thoughts. Francis is too excited. I didn't expect you to be this excited on this topic. My final thoughts will be talk to each other, not about each other. Adjust your mindsets, particularly men, when it comes to what you would call rejection. have conversations, do what you need to do, seek to know your wife, be a generous lover. For women, your mindset change will mostly come around your identity as a good girl and your outlook to enjoying sex. Please enjoy it. My baby girl, optimize for enjoyment. Feel free to initiate. My single people, please, our single people, make sure that you're having the right conversations. Don't let anybody tell you that in a relationship, having conversations around sex will lead you to temptation. You don't need to have sex, a relationship around sex to have temptation. You don't. Temptation is what it is. So please have that conversation. Also know that it is very possible to know if you are sexually compatible with a person before marriage without actually sleeping with them.
Absolutely.
You see these stupid analogies that people in the world and on social media talk about where they say, oh, can you buy a car without test driving it? Your partner is not a car. You don't need to test drive anything. There are just certain things you need to be aware of and certain conversations you need to know. For a virgin couple, a virgin person who is waiting till marriage, there's also a lot of mindset renewal you need to have. That you're a virgin does not mean that your sex life will be miserable. That you're a virgin does not also mean that your sex life will be great. Life is a game. Learn how to play it, learn how to hack it, learn how to win it. Married people, there's no reason why you are not having sex. If there's anything that is stressing you, stressing your wife, stressing your husband, try as much as possible to eliminate it. Sex is a gift from God. I know we like to see it as something that is dirty, that is preached against, that should be hushed, that should be kept. Have conversations with yourself, and if you guys have gotten to the end of yourselves, please see a sex therapist. There are sex therapists in this world. Follow Olori Coitus on Instagram. Follow Sex with Ireti. Follow Sex Soul Spice.
Yep.
These are the 3 ones that I know. How I know them is none of your business. Just follow them on Instagram. Pick what works for you and remove what does not work for you. Explore. There is glory in this world. There's glory in this world.
And you deserve a piece of that glory.
Yes, explore, enjoy yourself, have fun, be intimate. And I really hope that God will help all of you. I hope this episode has been helpful. This was a lot, so much, but I really hope that beyond just the laughs, beyond it being like a ticklish topic, I hope that you gained real gems from this topic. We would like to hear from you. If you're listening on Spotify, you can leave a comment. If you are seeing this on any of our social media platforms, please feel free to come back and drop a review. If you'd like us to keep doing unscripted videos like this, myself and Francis, please let us know and we would do more. If there are topics you'd like us to talk about as well, let us know. Don't forget to follow us.
Merci.
Thank you. Come and kiss your wife.
Make this sweet.
I love you, my husband.